Call this meeting to order.
Just making sure. Thumbs up.
Okay. Call this meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Filling in, Graydon is at a basketball game with his son tonight. Approval of the minutes. January 17th. Do we have a motion to accept them as submitted? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Any public comment? Discussion items. We have reminders of the Facilities Committee meeting will be Wednesday, February 15th at 5 p.m. And the Finance Committee meeting will be Friday, February 17th at 5 p.m. So as you can see, we don't have a weekend life.
No. Preparations are going on for both meetings.
Okay.
And this will be something that's going to come out later, but I'll add it now so I don't have to later. Bids did close today successfully. Remember, we pushed them off. They did close today and successfully, so they're putting together that data so they'll be ready. We actually have a meeting Thursday to do some more prep for our facilities meeting. So we're in line. We're moving forward now.
Okay, so we should have them by Wednesday.
Absolutely. Okay. We will have it. We will have it with suggestions and recommendations from the architect and the and our construction manager. Bids did come in line, thankfully. So we'll be okay. And we just have decisions to make.
Okay. Dr. McDonald shared information regarding the legislative leadership event that's going to be held in Downsville on April 12th. If anyone is interested in attending, please let Corey know.
There's also another that I just got notified of, a chamber conversation with Mark Molinaro. Okay. That is happening coming up. And as chamber members, if anyone here, or if we wanted to go for whatever reason, to have that small group discussion for any reason, let me know, and I can make that happen as part of the chamber board. Me being a chamber board and us being chamber members, I can extend the invitation. All right. That's coming up.
Will that be in Downsville or Hancock?
That's up at Delhi. That one.
Okay.
It's a meeting IDA. It's meeting afterwards with them, and the chamber's meeting before with them. So I'll send that information out in the Friday letter.
All right. We have a couple of planned budget workshops and meetings coming up. The budget workshop on Wednesday, March 1st at 6 p.m. and the community budget forum at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, March 21st. And that'll follow our regular board meeting. And correspondence.
We have a letter from Mr. Ferry Dewey regarding the capital project proposal.
Okay. And that was decided to put that on the back burner for right now for further review.
Yeah, quote unquote shelved for further development per the feedback received from the components, including ours, which most districts that did provide feedback was right in line with the same feedback that you all gave. So, we asked for him to consider the feedback and consider shelving, and he chose to agree.
That's good. Additions to the agenda.
We have one addition, consent agenda item 7F, personnel appointments. We have an additional substitute teacher recommendation for Brenda McDonald, and she has worked for us recently in that capacity.
Okay. All right, consent agenda. We have the declared surplus, the approval of the track merger with Downsville Central School for the varsity modified boys and girls track, the increase in substitute rates, and the retirement announcements of Tracy Williams, transportation supervisor, and Patty Wood, senior typist. Personnel appointments, we have Amanda Gabriel, and that is going to be for the beginning mid-March.
Yes.
K through 12 PE, health, and FACS, FAC.
Family and Consumer Sciences, that's taking over for a
Okay.
leave of absence.
Okay. And we also have appointments of substitutes, Alyssa Barnhart, long-term substitute teacher, and Frank Besser, custodial worker. And the mentor approval for Justin Preston, and mentee is Austin Bedian.
And again, that's starting mid-March with that leave of absence.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. New business, to accept the donation of $1,500 from Upcountry Photo to the high school yearbook club. Very nice donation. Do we have a motion to accept that? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next we have 8B. This is to declare Walton Central School as the lead agency for the 23-24 capital outlay project. Does anybody have any questions on that?
A reminder, that's inside work, so it doesn't really have much of, or any of a secret effect. That's for those panels in the auditorium, if you remember, the ones that are, I don't even know what color to describe them as, that need to be replaced.
Off-white?
That's nice, that's a kind way to put it.
And this requires a roll call vote.
Okay. Do you want to call the roll? Or do you
Well,
want
we
me to?
have the motion first.
Oh, yeah.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, sorry,
Oh,
roll
hold
call.
on.
There you go again.
Mr. Budine,
Yes.
Mr. Charles,
Yes.
Mr. Dumond,
Yes.
Mrs. Tweedy,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams,
Yes.
and Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, you did have that in red, and I skipped right over it.
That's okay.
And then we have the, to adopt the seeker project resolution for the 23-24 capital outlay project. And this was determined to be a type 2 action for the proposed project, and it's not subject to further review under seeker. So do we have a motion to accept
I'll
that?
make the motion.
Second?
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay, and I'll
Roll
take
call.
the roll call.
have
Mr.
it.
Budine,
Yes.
Mr. Charles,
Yes.
Mr. Dumond,
Yes.
Mrs. Tweedy,
Yes.
Mrs. Williams,
Yes.
and Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we are up to administrative remarks. Does anybody have any questions? Comments?
Busy this time of year. The only new thing on here is the firewall work, which is the security of our network, and that is gonna be upgraded here soon. I think it's in February break, if I remember. Right. So that's an important one, and the rest of the work is cranking along, moving along well.
And the O&M staff is getting used to plowing that new park.
Yes, they're getting used to it. We definitely are keeping our sidewalks and various things. Of course, as we know, we added a tremendous amount of concrete with this project. And the piece of equipment that we added to the department this year, the broom, is definitely making a huge difference. It's definitely keeping our sidewalks safe and everybody safe walking on them and moving, especially all the way down off. So it definitely was a good investment. Definitely a great move. So, good things.
All right, and superintendent remarks.
I'll just actually continue with the conversation regarding the construction. We're moving along, as I mentioned, with the facilities and getting that ready with the Townsend School flooring project. We'll have a report out at the next board meeting from facilities. Facilities will meet next week. We have meetings ongoing. They met last night with the bids. We meet tomorrow afternoon with both the architect and the construction manager will be here, and we'll go through the bids with a fine tooth comb. After they, as you know, the bid process, they get the bids, they go through the bid submittals, but then they gotta go through and do deeper work to make sure that the work was appropriate that was in the bid. So they have work they're doing on right now into tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll make some plans and proposals for the facility committee to then come forward. Discussion and work is still going on with the leftover work and some of the areas that still have to be addressed from our current project that is closing out. The parking lot, the loading dock, the cement, all that's moving along on target. The CM and architect are working together very well on that. We should have a plan to have everything addressed that still needs to be addressed for this spring, or it'll be summer work for the parking lot with blacktop and such. And we got to fit that all in with everything going on this summer over here, because now we shifted everything from Townsend to here because the work at Townsend is going on, plus the IRT. So another fun
Gonna be
summer
busy.
coming, but that's all right. It's improvement.
Do you think they'll have that plan for facilities meeting?
The review of the current plan, I don't know if we're gonna have any feedback coming back. The current plan, yes, absolutely. They already put out a letter to the contractor on what the expectations is. Basically rejecting the parking lot work and saying they need to, they're still going through the fine tooth of what they're gonna recommend to do. So they certainly will be ready for that discussion on what the recommendations are going to be. Yep.
Good.
And the CM and architect are in agreement.
Good.
So we'll hear from the CM. That's all. That's it
Good.
at this point.
Anybody have anything else? There's no need for exec?
No. Next meeting, yes. This
Okay.
meeting, no. Just so everybody's prepared for that.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
We didn't even have any policies for Paul tonight either.
Yeah.
Paul, really
Adjournment.